Today, from China, is chicken mala. This Szechuan-style dish is spicy, flavorful, and ready in under 30 minutes. So let's get started. Chicken mala is a dish from the Szechuan region of China. The Szechuan region is known for its flavorful and spicy dishes, and this one will not disappoint. So let's start out by marinating the chicken. Cut up the chicken into bite-sized pieces, and then once you've got your chicken cut up, you can place it in a bowl. Now I use chicken thighs here, but chicken breast works as well. Or you can use any protein of your choice. You do not have to use chicken or meat. You can use tofu. Now to make the marinade, let's add a teaspoon of soy sauce. You can use low sodium soy sauce if you would like. Add 1 teaspoon of dark soy. Dark soy will not add additional salt, but it's a bit sweet and will definitely darken the color of the chicken. Now after the soy, add some SHAOHSING wine. SHAOHSING wine is available in any good Asian market. But if you don't have an Asian market close to you, I have provided a link in the description where you can purchase some. Next, add a splash of toasted sesame oil, or regular sesame oil if you don't happen to have the toasted variety. Both are available at most major supermarkets. Lastly, add about a teaspoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch will help with the velveting of the meat. If you're not familiar with the term velveting, it just means that it will help the marinade tenderize the meat, protect it from drying out, and it gives the meat a nice smooth texture that feels like velvet in your mouth. Thus the name. Give this a stir until the chicken is completely coated. Once your chicken is completely coated, you can set this aside on the counter if you'd like, because it'll be out for a short amount of time, or you can put it in the refrigerator if you would like. Next, we can move on to the preparation of the aromatics. First, cut up a piece of ginger into large chunks. Keeping it in large pieces like this allows you to get the ginger flavor into the dish without anyone having to bite into a large chunk of ginger, which can be rather unpleasant. Next, let's slice up some green onion. The root end or the white part will be used in the dish, while the green part will be added at the end just for garnish. Now let's cut up some peppers. You can use whatever color peppers that you have on hand or that you would like to use. You don't have to use any pepper whatsoever. I've seen many recipes without peppers. I also chose to use a half of a jalapeno here just for some additional flavor and heat. So now we're going to slice up about 1/4 of an onion here into thin strips. After the onion, go ahead and dice 4 or 5 garlic cloves. You can use more or less to your liking. And now, in a dry pan, add a bunch of dry red chilies. These are meant to flavor the dish and provide some heat, but they are not necessarily meant to be eaten. So add them in the pan and toast them for about 1 or 2 minutes, tossing occasionally just to keep them from burning. So once you're complete, you can set them aside. Now, add some neutral oil to your pan. Once it's hot, which should be almost immediately since your pan is already heated up after toasting the spices, add your chicken. Spread the chicken out in a single layer to allow it to brown on this one side. That'll take 2 or 3 minutes. After about 2 or 3 minutes, you can turn the chicken over. And you can see how brown that's gotten. A lot of that does have to do with the dark soy sauce. So allow this to cook on the second side for another 3-4 minutes or until your chicken is almost completely cooked through. Once you've reached that stage, you can remove the chicken from the pan. If you need to, you can add a little additional oil to the pan, and then you can add your aromatics. Cook those for about 3 or 4 minutes to soften them up and cook them most of the way through. Once you've cooked your aromatics for those 3 or 4 minutes, you can add your peppers back in, followed by your chicken. Cook everything together for another 3 or 4 minutes until your chicken is completely cooked, stirring it occasionally so it doesn't burn or stick to the pan. After those 3 or 4 minutes, you can add your sauce. The sauce consists of just a teaspoon of dark soy sauce with a little pinch of sugar. You can use white or brown sugar in here. Add that and stir that in and cook that for about 30 seconds or so. And now it's time to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of Szechuan pepper. You don't want to add a lot here. A little bit of Szechuan pepper goes a long way. I've been able to find whole Szechuan peppercorns easily in the Asian market, but I've had some difficulties finding the ground Szechuan pepper. So I've provided a link for the one that I've used here in the description. So stir that, cook it for another 30 seconds to a minute, and you're done. Can you see how nice and brown this chicken is? But please, kids, do not try this at home. I had 2 whole peppers in this bite, but I am a trained professional. Or maybe just a glutton for punishment. In any event, thank you for watching, and please check out these other videos.